Now, YouTube records every email address you use to forward a video to a friend. It uses these at present to do auto-completion of addresses as you type them in. It presents a friendly list of these addresses to make forwarding all that much easier. What they're not doing, at least not visibly, and I've had a good look at the YouTube website, and quite likely they're not doing it at all, is they're not keeping any record of what I sent to whom, nor when, nor why. Yet every video forwarded through YouTube is forwarded for a reason: salience. YouTube could record these moments of salience, could use them to build a model, a data shadow, which would reinforce your own ability to decide who should see what. It might even, to some degree, automate these processes. And when you add this to the newly emerging ideas of analytic folksonomy, where you compare one user's tag clouds to another user's tag clouds within a social network, certain relationships and affinities emerge. Again, these relationships can be used to improve the capability of these systems to help you find, filter, and forward the relevant videos. This is how a social network will really work. It's not about having 500 first-degree connections in MySpace. It's about listening to your naturally occurring social network to direct, improve, and accelerate your information flow. When the brand new power of the broadcaster is reified by the capabilities of computing machinery to listen and model our interactions, the result is hypercasting. This is what media in the 21st century is hurtling toward, driven by the natural selection of steadily increasing informational pressure. Hypercasting solves some lingering questions confronting us. The first and most important of these is this: how will we figure out what to watch when we've got a near infinite set of choices? We'll rely on the recommendations of our friends, as we always have, but now these recommendations will be backed up by a hypercasting system which will invisibly and pervasively keep track of our interests. The points of interest we hold with our friends, the points of interest we hold with our communities, our co-workers. It will not be automatic. No one really wants to see some out-of-control hypercasting system deluge us with video spam. But it will be so tightly integrated into our interactive experiences that it will barely register on our perceptions. We'll simply come to expect that our iPods, our media centers, our PSPs, and our mobiles are loaded up and ready for us. Addiction to television will soar to new levels. A new crop of amateurs, millions of them, will find successful and lucrative careers in media production, and advertisers, as always, will find new ways to spread their messages. On the surface, things will look a lot as they do now, but everything will move at a very rapid clip. Videos will fly across the world in seconds, not days, and global audiences will gather in moments. Almost accidentally, this will change news reporting forever, as citizen journalism finally becomes a real threat to established journalists and their utter undoing. Shouldn't the New York Times be subject to the same selection pressures which today afflict News Corporation? So is YouTube the harbinger of the transition to hypercasting? The lead is theirs to lose. GooTube delivers over half of all the videos seen on the internet. They have the cash and the brain power to transform broadcasting into hypercasting. And they have to worry about the next set of 20-somethings in a garage working on the next big thing. Those kids who have been nurtured by YouTube know just what's wrong with it, and they'll know how to make it better. YouTube faces its own selection pressures, which will only increase as it grows exponentially and cuts content deals and tries to keep the whole centralized mess up and running. Yet it doesn't matter. We have seen birth and death, and we thought they were different. But the death of the web brought a new kind of life, a vitality and sure-footedness suppressed during the years of MBAs and crazy business plans and IPOs. Perhaps history is repeating itself as everyone goes wild again with another case of gold fever and will lose the plot. In that case, we should be glad of another death. Hypercasting might need to wait for a few years for a platform very much like a fully mature democracy DTV or something we haven't yet dreamt up. It may be that YouTube will disappoint, but that doesn't mean anything at all. YouTube isn't driving the audience toward hypercasting. The audience is. And the audience, in its teeming, active, probing billions, gets whatever it wants. That's the first rule of show business. Thank you.